Hey everybody, welcome to AJS News. This is the first of 2 videos we got for you today.
But first, a word from our sponsors, and it's Extra Wallets, which we use every day, guys.
I upgraded to the Pro right here, aluminum inside and out, and I got a metal clip. Get your Easter baskets ready.
There you go.
This will be a great gift.
Up to 30% off, even more with our discount type AJS in there. You know you need one for yourself, and then grab one for your family too.
So, news a little late today because I just landed and I drove over here. I'm done with trips for a little bit, but I went to Adepticon. You guys know how much I love my hobby games and tabletop games. It was amazing out there, so I'll be putting together another Adepticon 2025 video. Met a lot of really cool game designers, CEOs that were showing off their stuff. Met a lot of fans. Fellow Joe on the plane to Milwaukee. I inspired him to play Cyberpunk, and then he was demoing Cyberpunk there, playing in tournaments. So I always love hearing that, I'm spreading the hobby love. And then guess what, Joe? Guess who came up to me randomly? He said, hey, Joe, it's crazy to see you. And he said, I was a producer on that video game you reviewed. I said, what game? And he goes, Rise of Kong. The terrible, one of the worst games we've ever played. And oh goodness, so I took a picture with him. Here he is. I don't know if I'm supposed to put him on blast. I'm gonna put Guillermo on blast here. But he said, yeah, he's like, we knew. It's like it was. Our hands were tied.
3 weeks.
Their development cycle was like impossibly short. These licensed games, and I just thought it was so cool that he was cool about it.
She's like, did you like the game? And he's like, no.
And he was saying sorry, and I told him, you know what, Guillermo, it actually you made one of our best videos. I was trying to look for the good and the bad, right? It's one of our funniest reviews. It is hilarious, and it is an experience. So it's fun meeting people at these cons. I think I'll go to Adepticon every time just because it's so much fun, and it's OG gaming, So I got my video games, and I got my OG gaming. So stay tuned. I'm going to put together a vlog as quick as I can for some of those videos, updates on tabletops like, Halo, and there's some new stuff coming out, Conflict 47 from Warlord, some Games Workshop stuff, a ton of indies. I met some of the most precious people, the surprising people, and so you'll see that. Okay, well, other than that, I'm back, and let's get back into the swing of things. Alex, what the hell has been going on in game? So I heard rumors of a new Superman trailer potentially on April the 1st. But, obviously that's April Fool's.
I don't know.
Hold on. I looked it up. Cinecon is going on right now. And I looked at the schedule. On the schedule on Tuesday, WB has their panel. And they're showing their upcoming slate. So as stupid as this is, I think there might be a trailer coming. Now, I think that might be like a con exclusive thing, and then they release it later online. And I hope that's the case, because don't fucking release that on April the 1st. Like, with bad marketing. So hopefully they release it on April the 2nd or next week or something. Right, exactly. So I'm looking forward to that. I've seen some new pictures of Superman. So hopefully we're right around the corner from getting that all hyped up. Anyways, that's it for AJS News, behind-the-scenes stuff. Alex, what the hell's going on the video game side?
This week we got a glimpse at a new Marvel side-scroller co-op beat-em-up. We went to arcades back in the day when there were things as arcades, and they would just devour your quarters. But there was a great X-Men one.
Welcome to Die.
And it was so awesome. And so the people that made Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge have a new one coming out. It's Marvel, and it looks, it's pixel goodness. And so it's like all of the things you can play as Venom, Captain America, Wolverine, Spider-Man, Storm, Phyla-Vell, and Nova. We don't have a date yet, but they're just putting out some stuff. And so it's like, look, there's a space for these AA, they're not 80-hour experiences, and they're just fun. It's fun to play with other people. So
you put this in here because it's in Marvel. Marvel's continuing to get the love. Meanwhile, DC in the video game realm
Well, they did come up with a DC game. You got it right for your phone.
Yeah.
DC Legion.
Yeah. Legion.
Fuck you, Joe. Do not download that piece of shit, that microtransaction fucking
But it's a Superman
clicker
game.
with fucking English that doesn't even make sense. No.
I kept getting ads for it. I was like, no.
No.
Not even going to do it.
No.
Yeah, no.
Apparently, I'd put it on pre-release, and so it auto-installed, and so I went through it for like 5 minutes. I was like, hell no. I uninstalled it. We're not even telling you what the name of the game is. Do not.
I think I did.
Yeah, you're not.
You don't even know the name.
Oh.
Do you?
thought it
No.
was.
Anyway, don't worry about it.
Okay. Don't play it. Good news, Australia. Silent Hill is coming to your country. Originally, it was denied classification, but it looks like it's made it through the process, which is good because for people down there who want to play, they have a pretty strict board that doesn't like too much violence. It's kind of like Japan's kind of the same way about some things, but
Japan has like best horror movies, so.
Japanese ones and Korean ones are good.
Yes.
Are really, really good. But so the entry on their national classification database has been removed. This could be a good sign if you actually really looking forward to a Silent Hill game, and this one's going to be gory and crazy and almost banned in Australia. That could be a good thing. So
Yeah.
all right, Monster Hunter. Let's talk about some sales. Monster Hunter Wilds has hit 10 million units in sales in its first month. It's the fastest selling title in Capcom's history. And so it's doing super, super well.
My first one, I had some fun with it, playing with friends.
When you were allowed to play with your
Yeah,
friends.
when I was allowed to. And I wish it was like completely co-op. I know it's not. Gotta wait for the cutscenes.
Yeah.
Then you call in your team. It's very easy, except for us old geezers.
Yeah. Yeah, they're working on it. They're constantly adding things in there to make things better for people, but it's doing really, really well, and I imagine we're going to see a lot more Monster Hunter if they can sell that many copies.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to get some really a lot of DLCs coming up. We'll talk about Power Washer Simulator has hit 17 million players.
God damn.
I know you have it, right?
We played it here. And I think I have a copy.
Yeah, they have a Warhammer one, too, now.
They have a Warhammer mod for it. Yeah, there's all
Clean
sorts.
your dreadnoughts.
Yeah, there's all sorts of crazy stuff. And then Assassin's Creed Shadows has hit 3 million players, which is not as much as the other two, but it's plugging along. So it's the second highest day one sales revenue in franchise history. And they said, look, don't compare it to Valhalla. Valhalla, they're like, hey, look, Valhalla was kind of a unicorn in the sense that it was COVID, people needed something, and it took forever to do anything in that game. It was all about grinding, and we had nothing else to do because we were locked inside. So, but it's doing better than the internet expected it to. So hitting 3 million people, but still not Monster Hunter.
They're still not satisfied.
No, well, it's not Square Enix. I imagine we'll talk more about Ubisoft a little bit later. Studio Ghibli is in the news because AI image. There's an image trend has flooded social media where people.
It has. It's fucking everywhere.
No AI
Everyone had,
and no
changed.
Ghibli. None.
Everyone has changed their profile pics. They're doing the Instagram thing now with that filter.
Yeah,
It's everywhere.
It's a Ghibli filter?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's sad. I love.
And so is Ghibli pissed?
Miyazaki.
They're like, stop this.
Yeah, they've actually sent cease and desist to certain people. It's not nothing can happen, right? Because it's like you can't go after any of these people. So no one likes this. I mean, the average person that doesn't know that, it's just.
They're like, oh, that's cute.
That
I'm gonna do it.
artists
It's
aren't
like,
behind that. Yeah.
But that's somebody else's work.
Yeah, exactly. I love Ghibli. I was fortunate enough to be able to go to the museum, which doesn't typically allow foreigners, and it's so cool. Highly recommended if you can find it.
You blended in?
Yeah, I blended in. We just have to find
7-foot man.
You have to find a local to buy tickets for you, and then when you get there, they look at you and they're like, all right. But yeah, it's a really, really cool place. But it's kind of sad because this is what we've been talking about. We know that Facebook has trained their AI and gave them, what was it? He said like an absurd amount of books, and all of these authors are posting things where they're searching, and they're like, oh, hey, all of my work was stolen used to train AI. All of this was stolen, and now all the art is being taken to train AI. Because remember, AI it's a program that's kind of averaging these things together, and so it is really just plagiarizing.
Yeah.
So exciting stuff. Can't wait to be replaced by AI in the next decade. All right. Let's talk about Game Informer. So Game Informer has returned after being shut down by GameStop. Everyone's back too.
How?
But what are they going to do?
He revealed, so the editor-in-chief revealed that the publication had been purchased by Gunzilla Games, and this firm secured the rights to the brand, with Game Informer operating independently from the studio under the entity Game Informer Incorporated. So it's going to be back. So you loved selling didn't you used to have to sell Game?
Oh yeah, I worked at GameStop, and they're like, push the magazines, push the pre-orders. I mean, I stopped after the first 2 days because I said it was fucking bullshit.
It is.
But I'll be honest, man. The Game Informer, that was actually a good deal, and I didn't mind doing the magazines, so that's cool.
You used to come with demos.
If you're old school, you like the
don't do that
physical,
anymore.
you like the magazines. I mean, I still do Warhammer, White Dwarf,
Nudie magazines.
You do nudie magazines? There's still
for
a
the
market for that.
For the articles.
But yeah, I think it's nostalgic and it's cool for those who want it. All right, well, it's cool that got saved by a different company, and I guess a lot of the original people are
Saved
returning.
for how long?
Yeah, that's
for how
actually a
long?
good point because hopefully they have enough subscriptions to maintain
you're
it.
not.
But
check it out online every
The
week.
kids are not.
If it's not a huge conglomerate that they expect metrics and this and that, and they understand, then it could last a little while.
Yeah, hopefully they don't do what some of these other game news websites have done, where they have some people that are AI people, and then some of the AI, the articles are awful. It's like this. It's not even. It's English at best, and it's like it doesn't make any sense. It's just like 500 words to say one sentence. It's awful. So we'll see how it goes.
That's what I did to write my papers. How long does it have to be? 1,000 words? See how long it gets stretched.
Yeah, stretch this thing out. Yeah, now you got programs to do it for you.
Yeah.
These kids are spoiled. I mean, it's too bad the world would be ruined for them, but these kids are spoiled.
It does their homework for them. That's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Chat GPT.
Yeah, one of the last things I've got here for this one is there's an EU probe there's a game called Star Stables, and so the probe is going after this video game because it's a targeted in-game purchase and loot box regulation violations for this game.
You don't like probes, Joe?
Nope.
Okay. You're freaking out. You said probe. EA probe. Joe goes, what? Like you're in trouble
Aliens.
or something. Like you're on the lookout
Aliens,
for
man.
EU probes.
How often have you been pro? Is that why you believe so hard?
They said they wouldn't come back.
Yeah, don't get drunk in cornfields. Yeah, but this is a game, and so the game is about horse riding and racing, and they're saying that the game uses all sorts of really horrible tactics to make kids nervous that the horse is going to go away and you have to buy it now.
Oh, he's going to die. Oh, no. Is it like never-ending story?
Yeah.
Open your mom's credit
He's
card.
stuck in the mud.
Yeah, so it says
No.
the probe says this game has direct appeals to children to purchase or have adults purchase for them in-game currency items. Strategies such as purchase through limited time practices. This horse is going to go away. You'll never see this version of a pink pony ever again.
Oh, my fucking God.
I know people like that, too. They're like, it said limited edition, so I had to get it.
You had to buy it.
You didn't have to.
Yeah, so there is no clear information adapted to children about buying and using such currency. They put it so far away where it's like your money buys this and this buys a ticket, your ticket buys a token, your token buys a horse currency.
Yeah.
And they just...
Me and Joe recently played a Game of Thrones
I was
free-to-play
about to
game.
bring that up.
Yeah, so stay tuned. I got it
you
edited.
gotta
I was going to put it
sign
up
in.
before I left, but I'll put it up probably tomorrow.
Did you log in today?
You got to sign in, though.
Fuck
Get
that.
your
I never
dailies.
sign in
You
that
gotta-
shit.
It's a limited time only.
Yeah.
I know. My
Dailies.
royal
Jon Snow's going to run
scribes.
away.
I only get 3 royal scribes instead of 7 royal scribes, and I need 700 royal
that
scribes
subscription,
in
though.
order to get one skin. Fuck
Yeah.
off.
Well, this was doing exactly that, but targeted directly at children, and the EU has
terrible.
said no. And
Good.
so this itself, I don't care about Star Stable. I think this is a good sign, though. I need the EU probes to, I need people over there to be nervous. It's like, wait a minute. We do all of those things. I'm looking at you,
They do.
EA, Sports FC, and all of these other game companies that do the FOMO stuff. They try to trick people into saying, no, you're not spending real money. You're spending... What do they call it? It's not MUT coins. What's a currency in I have no idea. But whatever currency it is. And so I think this is a step in the right direction when you start going after these companies that are,
But they got too much leverage over here, though.
over here.
Yeah. Because, that's fucking amazing. Like, they spent so much fucking money. Next year, you can't use those points, so you got to do it again and again and again. It's just fucking pointless.
But they like doing it, Joe. They like lighting their money on fire. What else would
It's
they
called
do?
an addiction.
It is. It is
It's
an addiction.
an addiction.
Well, and then that's the thing that we've been talking about for years now is we know that there were psychologists teaching these games developers how to take advantage of people's addictive personalities and trick people into yearning to log in every single day to get their
all these kids have like anxiety now. It's like, I gotta log in, I gotta do this. It's like,
I miss my
gotta
pony
do my
points.
upkeep. It's like, hey, relax.
Yeah.
You need to relax.
Yeah. Especially when the kids are on their parents' iPad that for whatever reason has their payment information saved. And
Blow the life savings.
Yeah.
Seen too many of those stories.
They have a short period of time to get all this stuff fixed. Hopefully we get an update on this, whether I imagine they're going to fix all these things. But I'm hoping to see that it causes kind of a ripple effect, at least in the EU. And then maybe, just maybe, it comes over here. But I kind of doubt it.
All right.
I doubt it.
All right. You had some movie updates?
Yeah, I got some stuff. I saved it on my phone. I was looking through here. Snow White, the wonderful movie. Thank you for watching our review.
Worse than Human Centipede, I hear.
It is. It is. Yeah, it's
1.5 now. 1.2?
quite a big disaster. But it actually had a higher budget than reported. $350 million was its budget. That was $80 million more than what was previously reported. And so far, the film has grossed like what, $92 million globally so far. I think this was a few days ago, so it might got maybe a few more million. But again, a complete disaster. And I kind of suspected that that number being reported for this budget was lower than it really was, because I think Alex and Joe are right in that it used to be the bandits being the dwarves, and it's completely different, and then they had to refilm whole new sections. I just don't ever remember it being delayed. Do you guys remember if it was ever delayed?
I don't remember.
But maybe they just never set a release date,
Yeah.
and then they were able to kind of stealth delay it there. So again, another huge colossal disaster
scheduled for last year. It was pushed a whole year.
So then there's your proof right there. Okay, well we figured it out. Not only did we learn that it is a bigger disaster than we thought, but
bad movie.
it's a bad movie.
Someone messaged me when we were streaming, was very upset that we gave it higher than Electric State, and then I've received dozens of people happy that we discussed in depth our Apple preference.
Yeah.
They're like, because it's important. Do not buy Red Delicious apples. They're fucking trash. Another
There's no
opportunity.
point to
Yeah.
them.
Oh, you know what?
Compost.
I'm going through my pictures here that I was saving. That was one of them. The other was our friend Guillermo, who worked on Rise of Kong.
He's like, let me make it up to you.
I got another game.
Okay.
I got another game coming. I was like, better not be the same publisher. Better not be the same team. He's like, no. So I'm going to put it up here for you. I'll give you a picture. The Amazing Crackpots Club. It released back in June 8th of 2024.
I'll put a trailer if I can find or something.
It's a spell-slinging dueling game for up to 4 players. He kind of described it to me real quickly as like a Smash Bros. Only fantasy. So fun cartoon thing. So go check out his new game. I wanted to give him a shout out for watching the show and being cool and coming up to me
And
at Adepticon.
feel bad for the guy they forced him to do.
Yeah.
Rise of Kong.
You had a.
It's not your fault, man. It's
Power
not
It
your
was
State.
fault.
they had like a few months to put it together. It
no.
was fucking crazy.
Good news. Hopefully they canceled.
Yeah. What?
You said you had a Rings of Power.
Did they cancel it?
Yeah, so I'm looking for that news story now. But basically, to sum it down, when I first read it, the executive in charge, at Amazon has been let go. Who was in charge of that particular decision, the Rings of Power decision, and there was no replacement announced. And so a lot of people, it's Jen Salke, the architect of the Rings of Power, steps down as the head of Amazon MGM Studios. She will not be replaced. Picked up the news. They're mentioning, as this story is being spread, a lot of rementions of Rings of Power wasn't a success, this and that.
No shit.
And so Amazon's kind of rethinking some of their super expensive shows like Citadel. Some people think Citadel's going to, not get any more, and Rings of Power is even more expensive. So maybe it might stop with season 3. All these diminishing returns. I think it was like a 60% drop from season 1 to season 2. What the fuck is
with a
season
lower
3
budget?
gonna
Like
be?
season 1 and 2 didn't feel like it had a big budget.
Right, I know,
Yeah,
right?
it looked
Shitty,
cheap,
and
yeah.
now you're gonna go cheaper.
Yeah, you're
What?
Well, we'll see. Because
I think you would have
they
to.
were making points about how executives kind of jockey with each other there, right? The new executive coming in or whoever replaces her eventually,
Amy Pascal and
they don't
David
want
Heyman.
somebody else's projects continuing to lose money under their new reign as that. So it's very, very the percentage chance that Rings of Power could get canceled just went up slightly. And I'm both happy and sad because you
just want to see
exactly,
comes
Joe.
out.
It is a fucking train wreck. A bloody guts, eyeballs, and shit, and piss, and bones, and feet just all over the place, and you can't take your eyes off it.
I can take my eyes off it.
You can take your eyes off it.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
this one says
we know we're getting at least season 3, so whether they try to wrap it all, they're like, wrap it up. That's going to be quite funny.
Yeah, these two new people that came over with the Bond purchase apparently did not like her, and so she got fired, according to this one. I mean, but you can't spend that much money on it because Reacher apparently cost like $65 to $80 million for the whole season.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but here,
Which is 1/10 the cost of a season, or like of the cost of both of them, and it has significantly more viewers. Like, you can't do that. So
yeah, and then finally, I'll just mention one more thing. If you put it down there, developer BitReactor had some of the screens leaked of their upcoming new Star Wars game, and they've got a bunch of former XCOM developers. And surprise, it's looking like a Star Wars XCOM game. Now, this isn't the game that Total Creative Assembly is working on, that maybe a Total War type of Star Wars. It's a different strategy game. So my heart is fluttering that we're getting multiple possibly
Stormtroopers with a 99% chance to hit.
There you
miss
go.
every single fucking time.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. So it was first announced in 2022. It's got an ambitious vision for turn-based strategy. It hasn't made its official reveal, but there's some screens that have leaked for it. In an artist's online portfolio. To be perfectly frank, the pictures don't look great, but could just be concept, could just be thing. But you could definitely see the inspiration of XCOM.
I want to play another XCOM game.
Yeah.
I re-downloaded the first one.
Yeah, so this would be great, right up our alley. You could see that there's like an Overwatch mechanic. You can see vision cones, stuff like that.
But I'm worried about that.
It's Mandalorian because in there was Bo-Katan. You could see Bo-Katan. I think in one picture you can see Ahsoka Tano. But then there's a green saber of somebody, and I don't know what that is, and that just looks like a generic Jedi. So how would they? So I'm a little worried at what they're gonna do. I don't know what they're gonna do with that.
I just want Darth Maul.
So, but anyways, they're gonna try to grow the genre with immersive storytelling and visual presentation and pacing. So I imagine just like the other XCOM, they're gonna kind of do some cutscenes whenever you miss. And you miss the broadside of the barn because you can't hit it because you're a stormtrooper. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you're playing the good guys. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to play the stormtroopers, but if the game wants to do well, it would be nice if they had a multiplayer mode where you could play the stormtroopers, and that's like hard mode. That'd be cool. If it was like hard mode.
I mean, it could be clone troopers during the Clone Wars, and so you kind of satisfies a little bit.
Yeah. All right, well, there you go. I got another thing. I got a bit of StarCraft news, but I'll save it for the second video. And so I just want to shout out Extra Wallets again for supporting the show. Really great product that has just been upgraded, and we got some great deals. Click the link below for you or for friends and family. And, yeah, we'll see you guys in part 2 and on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.